Hey guys, we're live right now. We're about to start the Entrepreneur Masterclass with the man himself, Suki. This is a legend business guru. So you guys get ready to tune in. Sorry if there's any background noise or if it's not completely clear. Obviously, it's a live stream. But trust me, stay tuned because you're in for an amazing session today. So we've got all our members here who are all chatting away and networking. But you guys can just stay tuned and we'll be broadcasting straight away. So grab your notepads and pens as we're about to get started right now. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. Please take your seats. Let's start. Please grab your seats. Fantastic. How you guys doing? Oh, come on. You guys are entrepreneurs. How are you guys doing? Ready to be inspired. Fantastic. Brilliant. Ready to be inspired. Everyone had a good week? Anyone get caught in a rainstorm yesterday? No? A couple people. Where's your umbrella? Right. So today is very exciting because we have the man himself, Suki. Everyone give Suki a big woo! Right, obviously you guys know today's all about focused time management. Who here would admit that, they have a bit of a problem when it comes to things like focusing? Time management? Yeah, I could tell that because some of you guys, it's supposed to be at 6:30 and you're still I'm playing. But hopefully today you're going to learn some key, definitely today you're going to learn some key strategies that will help you iron all of that out. There's going to be lots in store. Hopefully you found some good people to network with, new people and regular members. Welcome. So let me give an official welcome. So my name is Junior Ogunyemi, stage name Junior Entrepreneur. I also do I write books about entrepreneurship. I've been talking about entrepreneurship for years. How many of you have ever read any of my books? All right, fantastic. Lots of new clients today. Woohoo! All right, so the book's out there, How to Be a Student Entrepreneur, and there's another one called Strategies to Get Out of the Rat Race. It's all on Amazon. Purchase it. Make me a millionaire, thank you. But no, make yourself a millionaire, get out of the rat race. But I do lots of talking, and the Academy, for those who don't know, this is sort of like a brainchild of, I connect with all these amazing speakers on stage, but I also build this amazing following of entrepreneurs who want to take their business to the next level. Let's bring the two together. So we're that platform where people come every single month, they get inspired, they learn like top key strategies. Basically, members get access to all the amazing coaches and all the amazing value for their membership, basically. And the members, has it been good? Yes. Fantastic. Brilliant. Obviously, that's why you're still here. Sponging off us every single week, every single month. But it's good. The most important thing is what we encourage is that you actually apply this every month. So every month you come down, you learn, and then you spend a whole month basically applying and putting it into practice, into your life, into your business, because this is not just theory. It's meant to be things like this practice. And then next month you get another dose of a new topic, and so on and so forth, and you start to see progression and growth. So there's always lots of stuff that, challenges that people face in business. So we try to cover as many of those topics as possible to help you guys. One of the things that I find challenging, I hope I'm not the only one in the room, but it's do you know when you get that entrepreneurial bug and you've got like a new idea and it's like, that's a great idea, and you try to write it down? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Yeah. How many of you ever go on like websites like GoDaddy and just let me quickly register the domain name just in case someone else tries to steal it? Yeah, guys, we all need to go to like rehab therapy or something because it's not right. Do you know what? The other day I was on the computer and my wife walked in and she caught me on GoDaddy. Right. So I was there. She said, "What are you doing on that website?" Damn, I'm buying another domain name. And like GoDaddy, the people at GoDaddy, they know me so well. Like, hey, Junior, we've got another 10 domains about to expire. Do you want me to keep these or not keep these? Like, I just do it so habitually. I probably own like about 1,000 domain names because the new ideas that come to your head. And the other day, I was just sitting there reflecting. I was like, why do we do this? Just keep registering all these amazing business ideas, but we never actually put it into practice. And I started to just reflect, and sometimes I guess you could say it just really wasn't passionate about the idea. That's why you didn't take it forward. I remember when I got caught by my wife. I was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, feel like I got caught on one of those naughty websites. I'm like, I shouldn't be here. I know, I'm sorry. I'm a man bad. But it's in the moment you go through it because there's an excitement there. It's a new idea. And what I realized speaking to most entrepreneurs and also reflecting on myself is that sometimes that passion it's a bit false, if you're honest. It's either like the passion's a fire or it's just a flame. Flames are really exciting, you know, flames are there and flames are like, they're there in a minute and then they fade away. But the fire is always there. You know, if you remember, imagine your house is ever on fire, God forbid. You never call the fire brigade and say, oh, my house is on flames, come and help. Because flames aren't that serious. And sometimes this is how it is with the ideas. So what I would encourage you guys, and what I started to do to counteract all of this, this illness that I have of registering all these domain names, is I give it some time. So before I go register it, before I act on any idea, I'll get the idea. I might just write it down, but I'll give it 2 weeks and I reevaluate it and I revisit it 2 weeks later. And if I have the same passion and if I have the same desire for that idea, then I start to make work towards it. Because sometimes you can have a conversation with someone who's like, oh my God, there's a lot of amazing new business idea, I'm gonna run with this. And then you got your hands in so many piles that you just look like the person that never focuses on anything. So always evaluate, is it really a fire? Is this a burning passion? Is this something that you really want to put out there? Is this something that you want to change the world with? Or is this just something that's, you know, in the heat of the moment, it's quite exciting, but then, you know, I'm gonna see whether it works or not. And you try to commit to it, but then it becomes more of a distraction. Right? Some things, not all distractions are necessarily negative. Some distractions are quite exciting, but it's still a distraction because you've already committed to something. All right. So I hope that resonates with some people who've got the same illness as me, and we'll work on this together. But the grass isn't always greener. Sometimes it's about going back to the things that you've already committed to and making sure that you get those things off the ground over and over and over again. How many of you have had some ideas that you've committed to, but you've just sort of left it on the shelf to take on other ideas? Yeah, you wicked people. I'm joking. I'm saying, right, I want us to basically, well, not find someone. Yes, yeah, let's walk around and find someone. If you want to, you can find someone on your table. But I want you to, not the person next to you, because that's cheating. Right, someone across the table, or move around. But I want you to basically find out what their thing is and coach them, because sometimes it's when you're talking to yourself, it's one thing because you know what else you're going to give, but just see the other person's reaction when you start to talk about, I had this idea and I had this idea and I had this idea and I had this idea. So it's almost like a little therapy session, all right? So it's basically going to be sharing to the extent that this is an issue for you. If it is an issue for you, if it's not an issue for you, then please teach us the secret on how you manage to keep so disciplined and focus on one idea. All right, because focus is a big thing. Asuki's going to go a lot deeper into this, but this is just sort of laying the foundations of why we need to focus as entrepreneurs. So quickly, I'm going to give you like 2 minutes just to find someone and find out, just ask them basically, so what is your problem? Yeah? Why can't you focus? All right, that's the key question. You're going to ask them, why can't you focus? And they're going to spill all their guts to you. Don't worry, guys, you're safe. All right, you're safe. It's a safe environment. So you've got 2 minutes, ready, go. So remember, ask them, why can't you focus? Yeah. Just get them back on track with you, then they'll be a lot more interactive. All right, yeah. All right, back to your seats. So you can head back to your seats. Good stuff. Back to your seats. Back to your seats. Back to your seats. Look at the smiles on all your faces. Good. Was that useful? Was that useful? Yeah? Nice. Yeah, you might have found a new accountability partner as well. Yeah? Or a new language partner, or a new business partner. This is what we do here, make magic happen. So that's good. So now you've tricked yourself into having someone that's going to know all your problems, so you better fix it next time you see them next month. Right, so normally at this stage we get people to come up and pitch, all right, and we've got it all already set. But I wanted to make it a little bit more exciting this time. All right, so I wanted to have a little bit more of a competition. All right, now the pitch it's not daunting. It's actually an amazing opportunity. You get to stand on stage in front of a bunch of strangers, potential clients, potential investors, potential who knows what. And basically you have 1 minute to talk about what you do, what your business is. You can even talk about what you have for breakfast today. If it's inspiring, who knows, you might get something good out of it. But this time I want to make it a bit more of a competition. So I want to have 2 or 3 entrepreneurs who just come up randomly. They're going to volunteer and nominate themselves to take the stage for 1 minute pitch. There is a prize in it. Got a hand up there. Come up there. You go. Oh, brilliant. Got a hand up there. Fantastic. Come forward. Come forward. And we've got a hand up there. Yeah. All right. We've got 4. We've got 4. Come up. Give them a big round of applause. Okay. So remember when I was talking about, is it a fire? Is that passion of fire or is that passion of flame? So this audience is going to judge how passionate you guys are about your business. All right, so you have 1 minute, let's say about 45 seconds, let me be very strict, 45 seconds, to basically give your most passionate pitch about what you do. And then they're going to decide who they found was the most moving. You know, I mean, I've heard pictures where people are selling like duvet covers. I don't really care about duvet covers, but after the pitch, I'm like, I want a duvet cover. You know, that's the kind of passion that I'm looking for. And the prize, you'll get half an hour session with me, completely free, and we'll sit down and analyze your business and basically take you where you need to go. Right? So half an hour intense session. So going first. So I'm going to give you 45 seconds. Stand on stage. And remember, you guys, hold all your applause to the end. This is like X Factor, right? So we'll see afterwards who is the most passionate. So I want you to really feel their passion, all right? So the judges are out there. I want you to wow them. You have 45 seconds. Tell us what you do.
Okay. So this is to all single guys out there. You're going about your day-to-day business, and do you see that lady just walking by? She's gorgeous. She's beautiful, but yet you're clueless with what to say or what to do. Or maybe you're going on dates and that conversation dies out and there comes that dreaded and awkward silence. Not to worry, it doesn't have to be this way. With my one-to-one support and my training, I can help you overcome that crippling fear of approaching women and make you have quality conversations that will make them curious about you. In order for women to like you, you need 3 things. I call these my 3 C's: confidence, charisma, and conversation. And I can help you master all 3 while at the same time be your genuine and authentic self. So if by the end of this year, you don't want to go to sleep alone in your cold and empty bed, stop swiping on Tinder and come speak to me.
All right. Brilliant. So the bar has been set. The bar has been set quite high. All right, so next up, introduce yourself, and your 45 seconds starts now.
I'm Andrew J. Jules. I'm a motivational speaker. I do daily motivation. In 2013, I found myself 3 things happened to me, and a lot of things happen to us, and we never talk about it. So the 3 things that happened to me, first of all, is my relationship broke down. I became homeless, and I was still working a job. How many of you actually work a job and actually enjoy your job that you do, that you love what you do, your business that you do? Are you actually loving it? For me, personally speaking, I've seen and talked to a lot of people, and a lot of people say to me, you know what, I don't really enjoy what I'm doing, and no one really knows what their purpose in life is. For me, I decided enough was enough. 2 days before my birthday, it just maybe a coincidence, but I believe God has a reason for everything. I would listen to All Night Ago, The Strangest Secret, and since then, all the dots connected back up, and I've been doing online motivational speaking every single day. I do about 1 to 5 videos a day, and I've done over 1,009 months, so to speak. And for me, I don't really feel it's really that big. So that's it.
Time. All right. Sharing that life story. All right. So take the stage. Right. This is getting tough, isn't it? All right. Ready?
Very tough.
Go.
I'm Les Toft. I'm from Australia. That's how passionate I am. I'm here. For 8 years, I worked on this app. I worked nights as a restaurant manager, and in the days, I worked on my app. It's a gift app. It allows you, instead of using gift vouchers or gift cards, use the app. It's affordable for small business because everything just costs so much. If I can reduce the cost for small business to run and manage that part of their business, they can increase sales, they can reduce their costs, and it gives them a chance that their business is more sustainable. So for 8 years, I worked with this. Earlier this year, the app got funded, thanks to a very, very kind gentleman in Australia. So I'm here now. I've been here 2 weeks, and that's how passionate I am. This is going to get done. So happy to talk to business. Anyone, if I can help you in any way, please talk to me. Thank you. Called? Sorry? What's it called? It's called Nudie Gift. It's gifts with the barest of fees.
Okay. All right. And last but not least, we have the female representative.
Yes, repping for the female.
So,
okay.
Your 1 minute or 45 seconds starts now.
Okay, hello everyone, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ayo Awatona, and I am a public speaker and a mentor. So I help girls with their confidence and basically help them understand who they are. The reason why I do what I do is because I was in a 4-year mentally abusive relationship. I was depressed and I tried to commit suicide on multiple occasions. I was able to come out of that, and I realized who I was as a person. I realized what it meant to know who you are and love yourself, and that's the reason why I do what I do, because there are way too too many people who are feeling like they are not enough. But I'm here to tell them that, listen, you are enough and greatness is within you. Thank you for listening.
I'm so glad I'm not the judge. Right, so you guys come to the center. Good. Oh wow. So this is what I mean when I say, you know, is it a flame or is it a fire? Is it a burning fire? I think all of you have definitely got the fire for what you're doing, and it's an amazing pitch. Every single one of you. Weren't they good? Give them another big round of applause. All right. So yeah, I'd love to sit down with all of you, but we're going to figure out now. You guys are going to help me decide who am I going to sit down with and help them have a half an hour session just to sort of put a good strategy together. So I'm just going to raise my hand above their head, and I want you to make as much noise as possible if you think that they should win. Now, normally when we do this, everyone starts woo for everybody. That's not easy to judge, is it, guys? All right, so you can make some noise if you thought they were good. We're going to make the most noise. All right, you ready? Whoa! But you know what? You guys,
You can afford 4 half-hour sessions. I mean, you can afford it, right? No pressure.
let me ask my wife if I've got the time for that. What I'll do, you know, we have these boot camps. Some of you guys are already on the boot camps. We have 4 boot camps, one covering marketing, one covering sales, one covering systems, one covering validation, business ideas. I'm going to give all of you a free ticket to one of the boot camps. All right, just for coming up.
Thanks.
So you can talk to the team afterwards. Pick whichever one you want, and then you can come down and join the group. I'll pay you free. All right.
Thank you.
And you might there. We're going to do one-to-one, and we'll go a little bit deeper. All right.
Thank you.
Well, thank you guys. Love it. You guys are whoa, amazing. Honestly, stuff like that gets me out there. Just hearing that passion, and here, isn't it so beautiful to hear people's stories behind their business? It puts me to shame. I'm like, yeah, I set up this business because I want to make money. You know? Like, nah, these people want to change lives and things. It's great. It's great. It's really good to be around. So you guys are in good company. You're in good company. Right. So now we're going to say, are you guys enjoying the event so far? Yeah. Listen, we haven't even started. So today is obviously all about focused time management. Now, this particular speaker, every month, you know, we get amazing speakers. I always talk about how amazing speakers are. One thing that you guys know about the speakers that I bring is people who I've worked with personally. So the person that does my branding is the person I'm going to come down to and talk about branding. The person who I learned networking up is the person who I'm going to introduce you guys to networking. Now, this guy is personally, he's a mentor of mine. All right, this is one of my mentors, one of my go-to people, one of my advisors. And what I love about him, what I love the most is that he actually makes the best cup of coffee ever. Honestly, I've been to his mansion. All right, sat down, and the best cup of coffee ever. So I'm going to be going back up to Peterborough every single month now, just for that coffee. But also the conversation is so refreshing. You cannot have a conversation with this guy and not feel moved. That's why I know you guys are in store for something really, really big today. I'll just read out a little bit about him. He's got a business empire, a small business empire. He's been growing for quite some time yet. And the testimonials already from the people who I know who've worked with him is amazing. He's a Forbes mentor. He's a Forbes under 30 judge. So he's a guy that actually looks at all these other entrepreneurs and decides, yep. He designs his own methodology, and he's going to be sharing some of that with you guys today. So make sure you take notes, because you know you hear lots of speakers who just regurgitate the same things over and over and over and over again. This is completely fresh. For those who may have never heard him before, this is absolutely completely new. It's going to be mind blowing. I've seen him speak, and I thought, yeah, he's going to be good. And what I heard was like, wow. And it takes a lot to wow me. I've read almost every motivational book underneath the sun. So it's really, really, really a massive honor to have him here today. So we're going to give him the special EAL, or we'll just call it EAL welcome. We'll call it the 1, 2, 3 now. So when I say 1, all you guys are going to do is just stomp your feet. When I say 2, you're going to go, oh, as if you're trying to catch something in the distance. Yeah. And then when I say 3, you guys are going to go crazy, clap your hands, high five, whoop, whoop, scream, gunshots, whatever you want. All right? Whatever you want. All right?
Don't throw anything at me, though.
So, yeah.
Pick that one.
So, we're about to introduce Suki, our speaker for today. And there will be opportunities for Q&A towards the end as well. But first of all, let's just give him a number 1. Number 2, give him a number 3.
Wow, I didn't expect that. Number 1, 2, or a number 3. I couldn't compete with you. So there you are. Do you know, guys? Really, really lovely. I'm so proud to be here today. I'm not sure if any of you do know me or don't know me or something of that sort of nature, but I hope by the end of the hour, you'll get some kind of connection with me at some stage. I genuinely really try to help people. And there's a big difference there when you're trying to sell something or when you're trying to really help people. And I will be walking in and out, just letting you know. So people who try to trip me up, I may accidentally pick on you. People put their chair in front of me, I may accidentally pick on you. And if you don't look at me, I might pick on you as well. Is that okay? So principally cuts out only 1 or 2 people, right? Okay, so let's get straight to it. So a question before I get started. I just want you to start thinking about this in your mind. Yeah? There's a lot of questioning, a lot of thinking, a lot of questions inside there. And this is an internal conversation. I do not do what we call group trainings. I love to work with individuals. So every one of you at some stage, hopefully, will at least have an eye contact with me. And I'm listening to see what's reacting, what's not reacting with each and every one of you. Does that make sense? So just relax. Forget about the team you're with. Forget about who you're with. Just be here for yourself. Yeah? I'm sure we've all had situations where we've had trying to push ourselves to the best of our ability in the past, or maybe in the future. And we've all had challenges, right? We've all been in a situation where we're thinking, I've got it this time. Yeah, I know exactly where I'm going. By the way, that's because you like got your book shut. That's why I was picking on you. But yeah, I know exactly what I'm doing today. This is the reason why. What's your name, sorry? Athos?
Yeah, Athos.
Nice to meet you. So you can say, yeah, I've got it today. But the question is, why is it that the moment we say, yeah, I'm there today, we do nothing with it? Why is it the moment we say, yeah, we put it aside? So before we even start, I'm going to share something from, my younger brother here. I have to say younger because look at the state for me. I'm the white heads all over the place. Junior, he said something really, really cool. Why is it that we buy things, shuffle it aside, and I'll do that next day, or I'll do it another day, and I'll think about that. Of course I'm going to be the best entrepreneur in whichever environment. I don't call that an entrepreneur. I call that an ideapreneur. Does that make sense? So if you're finding yourself and you want to be really honest with me, just write that down for yourself. Say, you know what? No more ideapreneur. Pen and paper is the key for this training, by the way. Pen and paper, I'll share with you what that means for you. It's so important for you to get it clear in your mind. There's a gentleman called Professor Cartesian. So I won't claim this. I'll tell you the reality of this. It changed my world anyway. So he says that we have the thought, the idea, bubbling around in our brain. And I'm sure we've all had those moments, right? A thought going around, zipping around. Got this to do, got that to do. What's a great business idea? And what happens is, if any of us psychology-based individuals here, NLP? NLP, psychology of any kind, right? Well, you all know this internal thought as auditory digital. That's what the official scientific name for the inner thoughts are, which within itself tells you it's a digital context, yes? What we call a synapsis, a digital chemical reaction. Does that make sense? So the question is, how does that get into an action? So I'm just laying the set piece of it. Professor Cartesian says that we have a thought in our brain, which is an auditory digital. So we hear it, it's a digital context. Only we hear it, right? Now we've got to make that into something that's captionable, something that's usable, something that's going to activate us to take some action. Does that make sense? So what we do is we turn that into a simulation or an activation, which means your hands, your muscles, and you start to turn it into a letter, an A, a B, a C, or a D. So now you're coordinating this digital matter with an analog matter, which is your muscle tension. Does that make sense? Yeah? Just remember, this is absolute truth. And then when you're coordinating it, your mind tends to get really, really connected to it. It's because you're coordinating A, and B, and C, and you wrote it down, not me. Now here's the final bit. Now we see it on the paper. If it's a problem, you've already started to rectify the problem because you've got it out of your head. And then when you read it back to yourself, you choose what you reinstall. You choose what you decide to action. Does that make sense? So there's a simple understanding of Cartesian logic. In my syllabus method, which I'm going to talk to you vaguely about, one of the methodologies is about getting yourself focused. Yeah? In this, we say think it, write it, see it. Is that okay? Think it, write it, see it. So if you're not usually what we call a note taker, that's fine. But for today, could I request something? Just to make stupid notes, silly things if we don't usually make notes. Just things that you don't think, oh, I don't know why I'm writing this. I'll try it down. Is that okay? Because surprise yourself at the end of it, how much more you actually take in and how much more you can actually understand going forward. Is that okay? I just keep adjusting this. In case you haven't noticed, I've got something that causes a bit of dilemma there. Okay, so we ready? Cartesian logic. Today, all I want to really do is encourage you to think differently. That's all. The rest, the mindset will change, and you'll understand why in a moment. Your knowledge will increase. I appreciate that. I don't want to claim that. I want you to have your primary understanding of activation of self-responsibility. That's all I'm trying to do. Ignite your self-responsibility. That's what it's all about. That's what my whole life's about. And that's my quote, by the way, Julia, just to let you know. So my point here is all I want you to do is think differently before you came in the room. Just think differently when you leave. Is that okay? I'm going to keep picking on people who look at me. It's good. And who do not. So you're not safe. Okay, so let's move on. Purpose of today. Purpose of today. This is an internalization, remember? We're going to do a one-to-one with you. Please smile. You can't do that to me. You can't say that again. We're friends. Is that okay? Your name? Ikma. Thank you very much, Ikma. Now you're on my side. That's okay. So the purpose of today, team, if I'm going to shout out very simply, is why are you personally here today? You should all be writing down something simple. Why am I personally here today? What's the purpose of today? And while you're thinking and writing this down, I'll give you a bit more science if that's okay. This process is now what we call the revitalization or the focusing of your reticular activated system, what we know as RAS, the RAS of your unconscious mind. This is actually the start of aligning your conscious thoughts with kind of like your unconscious thoughts. And if you notice, I do direct unconscious thoughts into the feeling environment, the heart. You know, that butterfly feeling. That's just your unconscious brain. It's telling you something. Make sense? So we're going to go, and we're now trying to align both. Right? This, I'll do something really kind of fun. We'll do some funneling, and then you will blow your brain. Oh my God, this is so true. Because something within me told me the truth. Okay? You won't lie to yourself. So now the second question is, what is your single objective? The question is deep. So what is an objection or an objective? Something tangible. Does that make sense? What we're looking for is, what is the single main objective of being in this room? What are you going to take away from here? Please write that down. And if you want to jump ahead, how will you know that you've achieved this objective? What will you be doing? Where will you be? How will you feel? Yeah? Will you feel comfortable? Will you feel confident? Will you be clearer? What is it? You don't like notes? No, try it. Try the Cartesian logic. Just make silly notes. Try it, please. Yeah, try notes. Just write them down. You need these questions out because I'm going to show you how this really works. If you've never lost focus, have you ever lost your focus ever? So a little hint. Write it down. This is all the part of set philosophy. We're journeying together. Is it okay? So if you don't do things the same way, and so if you do things the same way and expect a different result, it's a sign of insanity, right? But the key here is just to change one little thing, and it starts with writing. So when you start writing, all of a sudden the brain starts to engage. If you're trying to remember it, you're trying to fit lots of things into your rucksack or your bag. At one stage, it's going to get full. And another stage is going to start to rip the seams. Does that make sense? Thank you very much. Thank you for taking that handle. Okay, so how will you know? This is why the next stage says, be honest with yourself. How easy is it to be honest? It's actually one of the hardest things to do. Because nearly all of the time in our life, we walk up with a face, a mask. How often are you yourself? How often do you show up in the world? When was the last time you actually showed up as yourself and not the coach? Does that make sense? Because today is not about you being a coach, my friends. Today's team is about you. Let's do something different. Because if you turn up with a mask, today I'm a parent, today I'm a cousin, today I'm a best friend, today I'm a businessman, today I'm a son or a daughter. Does that make sense? What about you? What about the inside you? And by the way, I'm not big on you playing on your phone. Right. Who here has ever been distracted? Here's where we all put our hand up. If you don't, I will pick on you. Who here has been distracted? Good. Thank you. Thanks for being honest with yourself. Okay, so one more thing. I'm going to move a bit faster now. How's about overwhelmed? Is that an easy one to remember? Yeah? I think it's fair. That's pretty nice. Yeah. And there's a lot of internal, yeah, that was me just about 10 minutes ago when I had to get up on the stage. And how's about being too busy? How often do we say that in a day? I'm too busy. Can you just leave me alone? I've got stuff to do. I'm busy. Just go away. Yeah? It's feeling better now, isn't it? It's feeling easier to put your hand up higher and higher. How about the last one? Never completing a task. Hey, see, that's what I like. How about not completing a task? Is this you? Or do you finish everything you ever do? You don't put your hand up. I respect that. It's your own choice. Yeah? Thank you for being honest. By the way, it gets easier the more honest you get. Because you'll notice that actually everybody else is worried about themselves putting their hand up. They don't even care who's putting their hand up. I've run out of time. You started the job, you ran out of time, including on stage. 45 seconds turned into 1 minute and a half. It was like, I ran out of time, I couldn't help it. There was a lot of sort of stuff coming out that you didn't think about. Does that make sense? We all have these challenges. Good. At least I know now I'm in the right room. So the question to yourself is, do we actually need a time management system? Do we need another time management system? Now we've got some marks. We don't specifically need another time management system, do we? Do you know where it comes from? See? So a time management system. Who doesn't know? Time for. How's about time for very happy, you've got loads of time? How's about urgent, not so urgent? How's about important, not so important? Who hasn't got that in their head already? So who uses it? Being honest. How is it that we know the strategy? And how is it that we do nothing with it? How is it that we do it, we run for about 3 days, and the next time you think, oh, I'll go back to doing what I did before. Writing on a little piece of paper, putting it on the desk, just go nowhere near my desk. I don't want to go anywhere near my desk, I've got stuff to do there. Isn't that interesting? So why is it that we don't do things that truly serve us? I want you to see and listen to yourself. Why is it that we don't do things that truly serve us? Because your unconscious mind, a good friend of mine, Jim Rohn, he always says, your unconscious mind is, what should I say? Looking at unconscious mind, it says the universe, right? It says the universe is conspiring for your success. So I say your unconscious mind is conspiring for your success. It's your unconscious genie. Ask what you want and it starts to fulfill. So how often do we never take action? But don't worry, I'm not here to beat you down. I'm here just to be honest with you. Today I'm going to give you the answer. The answer is yes, it is important. And yes, you do need a strategy and structure. And today I'm actually going to give you the strategy and structure that aligns your conscious brain and your unconscious heart, which stops you from doing that, and I'll do that later. Mañana. Yeah? Mañana. That's right. So it stops you from doing that, I'll do that tomorrow. Would that be like to be there or not? So you're not wanting to be there, then I'm going to give it to you. Okay? So, common reasons for distraction, because we all agree we do get distracted. How's about email? Email. Who doesn't get distracted with email? Aha! We've got an emailer here, right? We're in the middle of doing something. You're standing there, you're thinking, I've got to get returned to this conversation. The next thing that happens, ping, email. Life has to stop, right? You've got to say, oh, hang on, this email's going to be different. This is the one. I've got to read it. The fear of doing without. Got it? The fear of being without, whichever you want to look at. It's got all the agitations in our brain, including trying to text people at the same time as listening. Really good. It's working for you, I'm sure. Did you remember what I said a minute ago? No, I didn't say focus actually. It shows that she wasn't listening. I said email. I'm going to give you a name now, aren't I? Nikki! Thank you, Nikki. So I said email, my darling. Fair? I'm not trying to be bossy, by the way. I'm just trying to not necessarily be a sop in front of you. I want you guys to change something today. It's your life. There's one shot. Let's do it. If you believe in reincarnation, then it's a different life. And if you don't, it's over. whichever meeting you subscribe to, it's good. I believe in all of it. Got it? So I'm just trying to get you to get yourself, everybody, if you're in here, give yourself a chance. Have a put your phones into airplane mode now. Who's willing? Pick the phone up, put it in airplane mode if it's still on. Are you willing to keep yourself distracted or not? Airplane mode, you see? Airplane mode, slider, airplane mode. That's it. Give me some of that. Who put hand up? Who's already got airplane mode? Already off. Who's got the phone off or airplane mode? Yeah, and you'll probably notice those people are probably doing stuff. Meaning probably getting stuff done. Give yourself a chance. Okay, email. That little ping on the phone. This is the one. This is the one with $1 million. That's the one. So I'll stop what I'm going to do, which is constructive. I'm going to stop what I need to do right now, which is maybe call a client, and I'm going to procrastinate. And I'm going to serve myself by looking at this email and realizing that 93% of all emails are junk. But I still will open that email. This is not distracting me at all, is it? I've got phone calls. You're in the mid-flow, all of a sudden, right, got it all done, you've got your email sorted, you're about to send it to other people, you're going to text somebody, gives you a call, say, hey, are you okay? Have you got time for the call? Yeah, I've got time for the call. Even though you haven't. How's about when we WhatsApp and text? Isn't it funny? We spend absolutely ages watching cats chase the tail. Number one video watch. And did you also know that you actually watched the video 3.5 times just in case you missed something? No, it's too simple. It's just called, how many times did you go around? I've got to watch it again. No, I must have missed it again. Let's just check it out, yeah? And if you said you haven't done this, you're lying, right? Today's about honesty. It's your integrity, not mine. Watching it 3.5 times. That means there's some people who watch it just twice. There's hardly anybody who watches just the once. And there's a lot of people who watch it 5, 6, 7 times, and then continue to distract everybody in the room by sending it to them. Just like mess your life up a little bit. I know you were trying to make some money, but here, what's this cat go around? Oh, changed my life, it has. News updates. Once upon a time, we grew up listening to the news because it was not so fabricated. And we had some value content. Does that make sense? We are not that state now. I genuinely haven't read a newsfeed for maybe 5, 7, 10 years. Unless it's something that's interesting to me and I'll go and research about it. Could that be a little trick there? If it's interesting, if it's important, it'll come back into my life, right? Some people say, have you heard of that? I think, no. How's that, Nikki? I remember doing that. Say, how's that, Nikki? And I'll say, where is that then? Then I'll find it in my time. In life, there's time for everything. Because everything has a time. Write that down. So news updates. Nowadays, by the way, just to give you an average, they ping every 3 seconds. If you don't know, download Sky. We just make sure we've got the Sky News app, we've got the BBC app, we've got the ITV app, we've got all of them, just in case we missed a bit of news. It's great. It used to make us intellectual sometimes, but now it doesn't. Random social media videos we've already covered, and the office drop-in meetings. It's just in the middle of it, it's like a phone call, so even though the door's closed. Hey, You okay? Are you doing anything? What do you think? But we don't do that, do we? We don't say, oh no, it's okay, it's good. No worries. So they sit there, a 30-second conversation ends up with 15 minutes later, we still haven't started our job. So, multitasking. Who multitasks? Come on, honestly. Multitaskers, yes, no? I like that. It's the first time you said I tried multitasking. I try too. Good. We're going to talk about the latest I've been covering. And the lack of motivation. Andrew, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, the motivation man. Lack of motivation. Interesting? Lack of motivation. Why did I say lack? Because motivation is constant. You have to keep motivating yourself. It's not that easy. Motivation pushes you like a turbo, and it's going to have to come down. Got it? It's like a product launch. It has to launch, and it has to come down. Because you're always going to come down to motivation. Because motivation is a short boost. Sorry?
I think that it's normal rhythm.
It's a normal rhythm. But the rhythm is normal for motivation. It always has the same effect. It gets you on it, you get on the job, and then, boom, drops you. Because what happens is with motivation, we push willpower, or willpower becomes motivation. Does that make sense? There's a whole philosophy of this which I've written, it's called ego depletion. But I'll talk about that another time. So, why do we get distracted? That's the key. 6 possible reasons. We're going to go quicker now. Have we created a novelty? Well, actually, we have. We have all created a novelty of being distracted. We constantly like to be distracted when we're doing things because it makes us feel good that we're doing things. Right? I don't even remember the last time I was distracted. When I'm in the middle of a conversation, people just come to me, and I'm in the zone, guess what I'm doing? Straight away, they go, oh, I'm going to do something. We'll come back later. Because I'm so in it. How's about the reason that we're using it as a form of relief? So I'm going to do this big task, and I'm going to run out the door and have a cigarette. Or I better pick that phone call up and double check the cat running around again. Okay. I'm going to give you all the science of this, by the way. I'm just setting the stage. I'm going to give you the science of it. It's not just all about humor and jokes. It's weird. I just want you to understand and be honest with yourself. It takes a lot of time for you to get aligned with yourself. So how's about this then? Escapism from daily issues. You might have a problem elsewhere, so you run away. How's about when you want to be wanted? We've created this novelty of understanding people and say, I'd like you to like me. Would you mind just not being horrible to me? You know, guess what? I've had no likes. You didn't like my post. I posted it. You didn't like me. So we started to create this whole thing around it. I just want you guys to think about it. Yeah, I get this. This is becoming me. Today is about change. Is that okay? So we also have items that we don't know. We're not sure what it's like to be successful. Did you hear what I said to you? We don't know what it's like to be consistently successful. We possibly don't know what it's like to have £1 million in your bank. So that within itself has a fear attached to it of the unknown. Will my friends like me anymore? Will my family still trust me the same way? Will I still be a best friend to somebody? Or will they loathe my success? They have this training. Does that make sense? Because we have lack of clarity, so we don't take action. So we're not clear on exactly what to do. So then I tell you what, I'll just do it a little bit. I won't bother. I'll start it and then I'll think another time. Maybe how's about fear of losing the job or losing the sale? If you're a self-employed person, losing that customer. Yeah, so what we do is we just about say, would you like to join me on my 4 hours with me personally? And you're going to turn and I'm thinking, let's get distracted. I'll say, all right, we'll talk about another time. How often have we ejected ourselves out of a streaming sale? It's painful, isn't it? Yeah? We've all been there. It doesn't matter if it's a sale or whether it's getting somebody to agree to come with you something, or even to manage something for you. Or getting yourself stuck into saying, yes, I'll do that, even though you have no time for it. Does that make sense? Getting, in essence, used, not saying no. So hopefully you'll start to see yourself. Now, how often do you think we get distracted? This is a bit when we start to get distracted. Anybody? Every hour? Is that good? What's your name, sorry? Brianna. So every hour? Anybody else? Every second. Every second? Oh crap. Pretty coach all the time. Give me a time. Yeah. Okay. Got it? So now, principle all the time. So I'll say you're with 1 second, sorry, with and on a secondary basis, every single second. Anybody else any of the takers? Les?
Multiple times in a second.
Multiple times in a second. Oh my god, I better go now. Forget about this one. In and out. Every of this noisy taker.
Every couple of minutes.
Every 2 minutes, is that good?
I don't allow. After 2 o'clock, they can call.
After 2 o'clock, people call you?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. This is how often you get distracted.
Because I have this kind of job, I have to, because I'm coding, so I don't allow the people to call me before.
Great. And how often do you get distracted from your coding? That was the question.
I'm not keeping up the phone.
In the flow? Are you in constant focus all the time?
Or thinking.
Yeah, but how often do you think we get distracted as human beings?
Every 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
Yeah.
We have 1 minute, 20 minutes, a second, all the time, 3 times a second, 10 minutes, 1 more.
See when you say distraction, so that the mind as well, right?
My question is, what's not in the mind?
No, but there's what I think you said just before, so she doesn't get distracted, but pretty much.
That's respect. That's respect.
No,
Don't
in
you?
your mind, certain things that come up as a distraction. Sometimes it's got to do with
Distraction isn't physical. What you're trying to say, Andrew, is distraction not physical, it could be mental. I get that. I fully respect that. By the way, it's not a problem. If that person thinks they do not get distracted, she doesn't get distracted. I'm happy with that. Does that make sense? Yeah? It's not my world. I can tell myself whatever I want. It's like this thing. Yeah. By the way, I get a lot of silence. I can tell myself whatever I want because I'm the one who's listening. Really. Do you get this? So my question stuff is, we get distracted as mental, physical, whatever it is emotionally, we do all get distracted. Does that make sense? So I'm going to move you further. So we actually, according to the Harvard Institution, MIT, and the London Psychology School, the School Psychology School of London, also Columbia, British Columbia, Dr. Linda Boyd. The clarity, by the way, is consistent. We get distracted every 3 minutes. I guarantee you, you've gone for water, you've looked at a piece of paper, it's all a piece of paper that I've asked you before, you giggled and laughed, you looked at it and thought, what was I supposed to write? Was I starting to write something? I'll scribble that out. I'll tell you what, I'm bored of a broad circle. Whatever it is, every single 3 minutes. This is an average. Some people, it's 2. This is genuinely true. You know, blow yourself away. If I'm thinking about this, you know what? Think about this and get yourself honest with yourself. I'm not interested in you being big, small, clever, stupid. I have only one interest. I want you to move forward today. Do you understand that? People do not care. I'm a different type of guy. I am a multi-millionaire with God's blessings. I do not need your money. I'm standing here because of the love of Junior and how much effort and love he puts into our mentoring that we have together. Does that make sense? Yes or no? I'm here to help. Either you learn from me asking questions, if you ever get a question about holidays, just do the time, write it down, and I'll answer every single question. Every question you've got. Okay, average every 3 minutes. So now, did you know every time you get distracted, it takes you 15 to 23 minutes to get reback at the same point? That should be frightening. That's frightening, right? If I've distracted myself, done a circle, now I'm going to take 15 minutes to get back to exactly what I was doing just before the circle. Interesting, huh? So now let's give you some more power. Let's give you some more pain here. Is that okay? Are you up for it? No. Don't throw a big sharp at me. I see you've got a pencil there. Okay, so let's move it. What happens if you get distracted 3 minutes into going back into focus? I just got distracted 3 minutes. I'm on my 15-minute loop. And the next thing happens, has anybody never been in a situation where they should have took 5 minutes to do a job and they spent an hour? Yeah? Has everybody had 3 things to do? See, it would work for you. Has there never been a situation where 3 things to do and you took all day to do 1? Yeah? Has never been that? Yeah. And have you never been in a situation? I'm sure you can. Brian, so it's happy, but so yeah.
So, I don't know if anyone can relate to this, but I edit, right? for 4 hours. Why am I spending 4 hours to edit a 20-minute video? Is that because I'm just watching it so I got the first 10 times, why you watch it for another 2-3 times more? Like, I don't get it.
There's a number of layers. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is A, you already answered it. Yes, it's your getting distracted. Okay? Remember those things I gave you before? But I'm going to help you more at the end. Okay? So let me give you, tell you what, go with it. I don't usually give this to you. If anybody wants a half an hour call with me, anybody, give your details to them at the back. They'll contact me, and I'll give you a one-on-one call. One FOC, so £500 each. Let me show you.
Give that round of applause, guys.
Here's the answer to your question. The question is lack of clarity. It's got nothing to do with you getting distracted. You will distract yourself because there's no clarity. Because your edit, you didn't write down, I can feed you, by the way, in case you're working it out. Have a bit of a spiritual entity. You did not write down your avatar before you started the edit. That's the thing around. I said, you're welcome. So, regular habits,
guys, if you have questions, I encourage you to write it down. Say it towards the end so we can go through all of the questions together.
Who knows? Okay, so let's just answer this question at the end of the video, right? I guarantee this. Trust me, I'm here to help. Now let me show you. This is what we call the dreaded time, the infinity loop. Okay? You want to make sure you're not in this loop. If you're in this loop, that's great. Do you know what happens? All you've got to do is say, oh, I think I've caught myself in this loop. And that's all you've got to say. And you say, right, so now what do I need to do to move on? That's all you need to do. Don't give yourself a hard time. Do you understand me? Doesn't work? Stop. Right, what do I need to get out? The most important thing is the conscious get. Saying, I just realized I'm in the wrong place. I've just realized I'm in this stupid loop. Stop. I'm going to leave it distracted. Okay? So I don't do any of this sort of like holding you back and telling you stuff and saying, guess what, now you've got to do another course to get the answer. I'm going to give you everything tonight. Everything. This process is called the candy floss effect. It's all my writing within the Seneca Center. Why is it called the candy floss effect? Because candy floss is nothing more than a little small square of sugar that gets heated and blown. And it comes up a big mass, and we go, wow, this is lovely. But if you squash that candy floss down again, like I used to when I was a child, you squash it down and come back to the same point. So that's when we waste all day doing a silly, menial task. Do we get this? We're going to move on now. Because I have a clear mission. My mission is to create and inspire a positive change in your life. And I hope it's already starting to happen. You're going to get excited, but you're actually going to get distracted. So, this is a process within the Seneca method. It's something I've authored myself. And the process is 7 clear steps. But today, due to time, I promise that I will cover the DFT daily focused time method. Now, because I think all of you are quite switched on, I'm going to share, this was never originally called the daily focused time. It was actually originally called direct focused thoughts. Okay? So you can write whichever you want. We'll call it DFT. It's very easy. Direct focused thought is to direct your focus thinking. Do you understand? That's the real magic of this. So, by the way, if anybody's interested or not interested, if you hear my voice and you're a listener, you're welcome to record this. I'm okay with this, yeah? You're welcome to put a record on, put it in the background, and re-listen to it later. I'm here. It's IP that's mine that I'm happy to take. Use it for yourself. You can't share it with other people. You can share the logic with other people. I want you to touch 100 lives each. Does that make sense? I've got a mission of 1 million. You guys are going to help me. But I'm not going to say to yourself, you can use my slides. You take any pictures you want as well. So, are we ready? Ready? Full focus, pen, paper. We're going to move into a bit of a fast pace. We've got some honesty together, right? Good. Focus time, man. Who multitasks it? Quick hands up, honesty. No more hiding away, no half masks. Sorry, lovely, that doesn't work. That's a little one, yeah? That's committed. That's committed. That's I'm going to change today. That's committed. Down here, that one. I like that one. That's good for me as well. So my question is who is in this situation? Multitaskers, right? Did you know something? Think back to it. Every time you multitask, you reduce your IQ. You should be like, nah, I don't believe you're rubbish. What are those possible? Okay? Who agrees? It should be nobody. Who disagrees? was one of those, that's better. And you see, that's what I disagree with this. Kelly, we go.
I don't want to give like the work-related multitask. That's it. Because any work we can't do certain focus. But like when I do the cooking, I cook, I listen to music and type up, and that goes perfectly. And that's
Love
what
it.
I would say.
Love it. So can I use you as an example, please? Can I use you as an example? So what's your name then?
Bina.
Bina. So if I may, hopefully you can all see this. If not, please make yourself available to see it. Let's call this timeline, yeah? Nothing else, just timeline, right? Let's say start and end. So we have a timeline. Let's say we've got, Bina mentioned 3 things, didn't you? What was it? You do what?
Listen to music.
Music.
Cook and clean.
Cook and clean, got it? Perfect. So we'll say blue is music, yeah? So is it fair to say you're focusing on blue intermittently? Sorry, it's not colourful, but they're blues. Is that fair? So now I ask you a question. Every single second, every millisecond, you actually listen to the music, like a particular part of the tone. How much of your thinking is recall, and how much is actually focused, conscious thinking, conscious engagement? Does that make sense? So let's do cooking, if I may. What if I said to you, your cooking is here? Is that really bold colour? It's in between. Let's throw the third one in there. What's the third one?
Cleaning.
Cleaning. Is that fair? Oh, thank you. See? We have orange for cleaning now. So let's say we have orange. My God, that's so good. We're going to have to use all of them again. But I haven't got time. So let's say there's orange, yeah? So there's 3 tasks you're doing at the same time. So now what we're going to do together is we're going to think about this. We're going to take a second and we're going to stretch it to 5. Is that okay? In your brain. So you're going to stretch each second to 5. Now what we've got is a complete stretch. You got it? So at the split second that you're actually cleaning and you see a stain, are you thinking of the stain, or are you listening to the music, or are you cooking? Right? And at the split second that you are stirring to look for whether it's cooked or not, are you listening to the music, or are you cleaning? And then at the split second, when you're actually, you see? At the split second when you're doing the third activity, or the 5th activity, whatever it is, are you actually really focusing on the same thing at the same time? Let me give you an answer. No. You cannot consciously multitask. It is impossible. Impossibility. We can think we can, but it's not possible. Shall I get you 2 books? Would you read them simultaneously, please, for me? Can you do that for me? Who can? I'm going to find one clever person saying, I'm ambidextrous, I'm going to do it all. And they probably will as well. But you get what I said to you. Multitasking cannot serve you. Not in the way you think it is. It may get things done. But now let me show you what it actually does to your brain. And I give you one thing. You will shock yourself. OMG, I am not doing that again. Listen to this one. Every time you switch from task to task, you train your brain not to complete the task. That's painful. Now, I do not multitask. I'm not saying move straight, I do not multitask. When I'm standing here, I'm not thinking about something else. I am with you. You understand this? I'm in every one of your thoughts. I'm not thinking about what I can do until I'm multitasking. I'm here. I'm with you. Do you understand this? Is that fair? Great. That's the best crowd I've had. It hasn't killed me yet. It's good. So this is when we train our brain not to complete the task. Because guess what? We say, a little bit of that, a little bit of stir, a little bit of music, that sounds good, a little bit of a clean again, a little bit of that. Is it working for you, really? In fact, the only thing that multitasking does for you, my team, is create more distraction. You're welcome. Now, when we're jumping between the tasks, this is what I call twitching. Now, we all twitch, myself included. Even though I'm focusing on something, it could have a millisecond that I'm not actually thinking. Does that make sense? I'm not immune, but I will keep myself focused. This is the time in between your tasks when you double check. Is that easy to understand? Am I supposed to do that? Do this, do that? Is that clean now? I can tell you now. I used to, when I was younger, I was told to rake, by the way, I'm sure we've all done it, rake the garden. Right? So I'm sitting there raking the garden, and I'm thinking about something else. My dad walks out and says, have you raked that over there? I said, yeah, what's that? He goes over there and says, really? What happened over here? I think about it. I think, I could have sworn I was raking the garden properly. But I was all back, I didn't done. In fact, what I did is I left 3 piles. Interesting, isn't it? How is it really serving me? Remember, I told you, this is not about me. I'm not interested in you think I'm clever or stupid. I kind of have a vision of myself. I understand where I am. I realize I have a focus in life. I realize I am a part of facilitation of other people. I am not me. I feel the divine. I don't have anything to my hand. I'm going to leave it all here. There's a deeper question. Who's not going to leave anything here? We're all going to leave everything here, right? A deeper question. That's about more, doesn't it? Don't try. You're going to leave it all here. Ask a deeper question. What are you going to leave here? What is your legacy, team? What are you going to leave here? Is it about time? It's not about, I'm going to leave it here. Positive for us. I will say, what are you going to leave here? That's what it's all about. Okay, so let me give you some stats. Let's move faster. Twitching. We twitch, on average, 30 minutes every single day. In between multitasks. That is equivalent to 180 hours a week, and that's over 1 week a year. Just standing in this. Has anybody seen Rango? A cartoon? Yes, no? Just on my own, right? I want you guys to do something. Write down Rango. I've got no commission in this. Write down Rango and watch that movie. And when you see the young girl, or the young servant, it's an animation. When you see her do this, and she just freezes, like an hour, 2 hours, they pick her up, they put her in the back of the van, they take her back, and she's still stuck there like that. That's what we call twitching. And you'll laugh your head off when you see it. You go, oh my God, now I know what's inside. That's what my life really like. And all of a sudden, she'll be, an hour later, she'll be in the middle of the conversation. She'll go, yeah, so that, I'm in a completely different room, different place, just like it frozen, freezing it. Interesting times. Just watch it, have a laugh. Okay, increase your IQ, team. Learn. You only learn when you complete a task. Do not think yourself. Do not think that you are learning if you are not completing. Do you understand that? You don't complete that task, that's what happens. You don't learn. You don't get the completion. Your brain says, I can get all the information. So I'll put that on park. Do you understand how the IQ drops down? Your IQ drops because you're not thinking about it. Now here's an answer. So I'm going to support the young lady. What's her name again? Bina. So Bina said that she multitasks quite regularly. So can I help you a little bit here? There's a difference between a conscious multitask and an unconscious multitask. Now music is the only thing that can unconsciously be done at the same time as doing something else consciously. Got it? Got it? So music is a vibration. It makes us pulse. If you're into quantum physics, it's the string theory. It's already in there. We move with it. Do you understand this? So music is great. You can do that. But if you want to listen to the lyrics of the music, you cannot do something else. So it's about understanding consciousness and unconsciousness. Do you get it? Can it? It can, only if you're not thinking of the music. It's in the background, it's cool. And what is it for? Do you know what happens when you're thinking about that? Can I give you a shout? What's your name? Sanj, yeah? Sanj, yeah. So Sanj, do you know what happens in your brain? Listen to me. This is a message for you directly. It's because you're basically listening to the music and drifting in and out. You've still got that same 3-minute problem. In order to jump into the music, listening to that, and then coming back into focus. Do you get that? You're still intermittent. And I'm going to give you the answer to this one. I'm not going to hold you back. Yes? Bina, you have questions?
The only reason I'm doing multi-task over there is because I hate cooking and
Right.
I don't want. I just want to skip that one.
So can I share something with you? My mum, okay, who is an absolute rock of my life. My mum told me, she said, it's a privilege to cook for the people I love.
Yeah.
She said to me, it's a privilege to care for the people I love. She said to me, it's a privilege to be there for the people I love. It's a privilege. So when you cook, make sure it's a privilege. If you're not understanding me, listen to this, write it down. The water crystal theory. Yeah? Very, very great friend of mine, husband is alive, bless him, 2014 passed away. Dr. Masarai Emoto. It's called the water crystal experiment. Google it, watch it, you will realize that we can affect the quantum base of every single fiber, every atom that's in your food. So if you're in a pea mood, is your family going to be in a fun mode, or are they going to eat that rubbish? Do you get me? So the moment you realize that it's your privilege, you put so much love into it. And all of a sudden, what happens? You go, man, that tastes nice. Yeah? Have you not noticed why sometimes they compliment you, or compliment you as dads, and sometimes they don't compliment you, and sometimes there's an argument at the table? Interesting. So within, so without. What I pour in is what I get out. I put 2 spoons of sugar, I get 2 spoons of sweetness.
I just want to quickly say my father died in 1990, around the old years. So he said to me when I was growing up, he said, when you cook with love. When you don't have the love in your heart, don't. I'd rather you not cook it.
This is actually, it's a gift. If you all look, every one of you, it's not about East West, which is the best, it's about all of your elder generation at some point in your life. Guys, pour love into it. There's the only one connection. So, thank you for that share. We really appreciate it. Okay, so now we're going to move faster. Okay. Conscious multitasking is impossible. The human mind cannot multitask consciously. We just simply think we can. And if you can prove to me that you can coherently read 2 books in the same time as you would read 1 book, I will believe you, and you'll be the first person to find it. The only thing we can do is one conscious thing at a time. You've got to go. One conscious thing at a time. So the question to yourself is, so why don't we do that? Have you never started a project or a task and just sit fast, you thought it was going to take an hour? You thought, hang on, I've done it in 28 minutes. What's going on? So what's this recollection? What's going on in your brain? What's going on? The reality is at that moment, you're in that moment, in that task, and it was like it was done. It's not exciting. I am going to give you these strategies that will align with your conscious and your unconscious brain. If you want it, you don't want to have it. So, a little bit of fun. Who's ready for fun now? Good? Phone down. Definitely you. I'll take that phone off you. Because I know who you are. You've got conscious distraction. That's one of them. You just did it yourself. Got it? I'm being hard on you because we spoke to you. Yeah, plus your man. So does that make sense? You know? Step up and do. It's a little bit of fun. I'm going to show you a screen. The next screen, whichever screen you can see, and below your mind you get the answer. The next question, the next screen you're going to see, you're going to think one word. One word that's shattered. Does that make sense to you? 1, 2. Are you guys enjoying it so far?
Yes.
Are we in there? Are we at 10? 1? Where are we?
10. 11.
11. I love it, man. Some feedback for you, Reggie. So here's the question. When I show you this, you got 5 seconds. 5 seconds. You don't write it down, you will get asked. I'm treating discipline here. I'm teaching the discipline here. You don't write it down, I won't ask. So you're basically going to show you a screen, you're going to have a bunch of words there, whichever one suits you, whichever one attracts you, whichever's you right now, write it down. You get it? Then I'll explain to you what it means. The 5 seconds, see? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, you should all have written something down. Okay? You write something down there? Willpower. Who's in the willpower camp? Hands straight up. Don't give me this. Yeah, I'll swim for my pen badge because that's okay. Somebody said that's okay, isn't it? Well, I'll tell you now, it's not okay. You show up today, sir. You show up, you change your world. Today, we are here to change our individual world. It's not mine. Because the last time I checked, I was pretty alright. Yeah? So we have a call. We stand ourselves. Willpower camp. Put your hand up. I'm going to bust you. Willpower camp. Put your hand up. What is this? Yeah, that's right. Willpower. Got it? Next person. Anybody from this table now. Self-control. Self-control. Who's up there? Good. Somebody from that table. And
Success.
Success. You want success. Well, who's found success then? Good enough. This table.
Sorry?
Shout out. What your words? Anybody?
Goals.
Goals? Interesting, you've got a heavy willpower here. Urges. Okay. Being unique is cool, right? Thoughts. Ooh, we got our fingers showing up now. Interesting. Who actually wants to know what this really means? You up for it?
Yeah.
You can read it. Pardon? This is what you are currently missing. You are currently focusing on this. What's your word?
Control.
Control. Have you not realized that you're, can I say it over?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Have you not realized that you're putting too much control on yourself? Other people that don't thought. Thoughts. Mm-hmm. How often do you procrastinate? That's what you're doing. So whatever I'm thinking on is what I'm focusing on. By the way, it's the first time your unconscious brain has been given a chance to tell you the truth. I've worked you to this position, and you work. The noisy person in the end. Your name is Rachel. Yeah. You're not because you need control problems. It looks like maybe you're overdoing the control system, right? Okay. You're going to change now. People are getting the answers. You should be writing down right now saying, oh my God, this makes a lot of sense to me. Who disagrees with the conversation? I need to ask that question.
It's scary.
Go for it. Good. Scary is good. Is it not better to be in front of a professional who can assist you with the scare? Or do you want to do it on your own? What do you want? Here's the context there. We had a twitch. Did I say 3 words, 2 words, or 1? Got it? So what's the 1?
Control.
Control. That's it. So the control is you actually. You've got a room with some serious compliance here. You're not doing it. You really are giving yourself a hard time. You're pushing yourself so hard. You're saying, no, that's not good enough. This is better. No, that's not good enough. This is better. You're over controlling the people around you as well. Sorry, I didn't feeling a bit. What's going on? Talk to me afterwards. I'm happy to share this.
Just you asked a question. So if your keyword was control, now how do you know if it's you doing not enough control or over control? How do you?
Are you asking me how I'm working?
No, in general, like you said, anyone got a question? I'm saying.
Yeah, that's the question. What's your word?
So the question is, if you said like to say control, how do you work out? Okay, is it too much control or is it not enough control?
Has anybody heard his question properly? Yeah. Do you think I didn't hear the first time around? Why did I ask you twice?
Maybe I could.
Maybe you're overthinking it. Maybe you had the answer and you decided to unconsciously delete it again. I asked you twice for the same reason, because there was a reason I heard you. How do you know what control it is? Well, it's not up here's job. Do you know how you know when it's the right control? It's a here thing, huh? It's a here thing, it's not up here. But when we start thinking it, what was your word about it? Control, yes?
No, my word was willpower. I just asked a general question. How do you know if it's not enough willpower, too much willpower? Now, I understand you're thinking, but at some point, we've got to adjust this part so it gets down here. So I understand. So we're going through the mechanics of getting to this point. So the question: how do you know if it's if the steak is too well done or not well done?
I'm going to be focused on this because we're running on time. Yeah. So here's the question: I have to adjust this part, which is what my friend Les just said to me. I have to adjust this part to control this part. Is that correct? Is that correct? Adjust this part to control this. Yeah. Wrong. Wrong. Read out heart math. Assessment. Heart Math, Psychology of the University of California, Heart Math organization funded by Dale Carnegie and the whole Carnegie Institute. You will find when they did an assessment, they accidentally came across the answer. They assessed whether people are using a particular part of their brain to think of certain cognitive activities. Sorry, I have a lot of data in my head. So that information is what they came, that's what they found. They found something completely wrong. Because this was reacting 3 milliseconds after this reacted. We had a heart twitch a second before you thought, oh, yeah, that's the answer. So answer that question. The brain doesn't contact the heart. It's just our conscious brain that believes it. Read science, learn science. Science is moving, team. It's not true. You do not adjust here to get this, you adjust this to get this. I am in love. I am in love. That is the answer. I'm in that conscious state of love. Whatever it says, I'll be hugging you, love. Not out of ego, not out of egotistical mistakes. I'm not going to push you. I'm here to help. Lots of good questions like that. Let's get a good answer. It's the heart that controls the head team and where do you think we are right now? For the first time you talk. If anybody has any more questions around this in your work, I'm happy. I'm here. I will stay 20 minutes, 25 minutes after the event. Then I'm going to travel back to Peterborough because I'm not in London. Get it? Good. Was that valuable to you?
Yes.
That should be your personal message. So I'm not going to be talking to you soon. If you talk too much. Okay. So now we're ready for the focus today, DFT, right? Focus man. Now I'm going to give you the way of igniting this conscious and unconscious feeling, this alignment. I'm going to give you the steps that will allow you to fix this as often as you want. And if you train your brain through neuroplasticity, that means you continually do this. You will do this for 14 days, 21 days. Watch your brain start to think differently. How does that report so much data and information with exact times and page film Google Club? Because the information is in my head, and I've allowed myself to believe that I can remember. Do you understand that? That's a deep one for some people. You keep asking yourself questions. Oh, in case I forget. Or in case I forget. What am I teaching my brain? Change it. This is the same information with God's blessings that I shared on TED platform. So the same information I'll share with you right now for free. So I want you to take this episode of God's blessings, just use it. Please, if I say God and it doesn't work with you, so I'll shoot you. Is that okay? Just as an apology. It does come out occasionally. It's just a part of me. So I want you to listen to this. I'm going to give you all the 7 steps. I'm going to walk through each one. We start with an inquiry question. So you should be writing everything down. I want everybody to stop themselves up. If you don't mind, before we go through this, we will just stand up 2 seconds. Yeah? We've had a lot of deep thinking going on. Now, stand up 2 seconds, just give everybody a high five. Everybody a high five. Every single one of you needs to give everybody a high five. I'm going to stand around the place. No, everybody needs to give everybody a high five. The quicker you get down, the more information you're going to get. That's some right, who's the cheating now? The only person who cares who's going to do it.
High five.
You didn't have to high five me, so I don't care anybody. I said everybody.
Make sure you subscribe if you're watching. Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
If you want to sit there and think that I am doing this. Oh, that is. You're welcome. That's your journey, man. Well, you think I never want to talk about a lot of conversation? That's that's cool. We multitask, if we allow ourselves to play small, as half the people, the fact that they pattern your brain with your last thought. Every last thought defines you. That's your definition. You will push yourself in a place. The science. Our science, our brain is like a muscle. You work it hard, through. That's how you get your life, and that's fine. Guess what? It's your life, not mine. All I'm trying to do is ignite you today. So what I'm doing, ignite your self-responsibility to your life, not to mine. Not to your children. You have to be something first before you hand it to them. You have to be something first before you hand it to them. My son's at the back of the room over there. And I'm happy with him being there. Yeah? He's standing there, he's listening to everything on this. He's only 13 years old, he's getting this in his brain right early. That'd be nice. So we're gonna go. We're gonna have 10 minutes each, yeah? Have you enjoyed yourself? Yes. Are we friends again?
Yes.
Are we friends again? Yeah. Busted. It's all over. Busted. It's all over. I'm going home now. No. You'll know it in a minute. This is going to allow your conscious and your unconscious brain to align. Let's do it. Right. First one is you write a conscious, what we call inquiry question. And the inquiry question starts with a who, a what, a how, a what if, a why. That's all I'm going to tell you. You need to write that. So why is it that I'm agitating with something? What is it specifically? Why is it that he's pushed my button? What changed inside me? Yeah? These are the kind of questions. What do I need to do? And what if my world changed and I started showing up in the world? What if I took my masks off and actually did something for me? What would happen in my world? This is what you do. And then what you do is ask the question. The next step is for you to blast a piece of paper. So I always do this the very first time, or for the first 14 days, go and invest in an A3 pad. A3 is the bigger one than A4, okay? So if you are who's a creative in this room? Yeah, who likes drawing and diagrams and stuff like that, yes? If that's the case, get your A3 paper and you turn it sideways, may I? I just look at this, yeah. So you turn this and you turn it sideways. And you draw yourself a diagram, a picture, a mind map, whatever it is. Does that make sense? Yeah. Now, if you're a list maker, all the list makers in the house, somebody in yellow, you're allowed to put your hand up there. Yeah? List makers in the house. You turn it this way to make lists. You get it? So don't overdo your brain. Don't start doing creative work when you have a natural instinct to make a list. And don't do lists if you have a natural instinct to draw diagrams and mind maps. Does that make sense? Yes?
Yeah.
Select one.
Sorry?
Select one. I'm going to give you 7 steps. It's the first step. Guess what happens after that? You have to make lists. So that the process will take it out of you. Whichever you are, it will show you the way to align your unconscious brain. This is a simple step-by-step way. So the first step is you create an inquiry question. Then you write all the possible answers, tasks. So if you're using this to generate what do I need to do today? What do I need to do tomorrow? The question is what do I need to do tomorrow? Yeah. What tasks are important? Whatever it is, and you dump all of your information on your piece of paper. Right? You get everything out. Now here is where you have to push through what we call 2 mind blocks. You get this too. Mind blocks like, I think I've done it all now. So you've got to push through 2 mind blocks. This means basically saying, yeah, I think I've answered the question. Well, actually, no, Suki said I've got to push through 2 mind blocks. Now, who are the weight lifters in the house? Who understands about weights, yeah? Got it. It's the last 2 reps, right? You can rep as much as you want. It's the last 2 reps that make the difference in your bone structure, in your muscle structure. I used to be a bodybuilder, by the way. I got younger. I got married. The reality is, honestly, the last 2 reps of the month, that's when I was getting killed. No, lift it now. By the way, I was a 56-inch chest, so I was not playing at weights. Anything I do is 100% or nothing. I think it works out in everything. I'm here 100% to help everyone, not half-hearted. So you fill it out, you write that piece of paper, and you dump it completely. You go completely, I'm blank now. So then what you do, you write, I'm blank now. And you just keep writing whatever rubbish is in your brain until you start getting more. 2 mind blocks. That's so important. Next thing, after you have done a big page with a big list, yeah, you take a 2 or 3 minute break. And some of us, after practice, you can just do it with a split second. I wonder what Kanye King was really like this person. That's lovely. And just by doing that one switch, your brain, if you can imagine RAM, your RAM shoots straight back up again. So the machine starts to function again. Because we are putting it in a position where it's going to get empty. So fill it out. Then what you do is you write all your stuff out in an order. So let's say, I can use black. Let's do this quickly. Let's say you've got, 25 things written down, all in diagrams. Doesn't matter. Yeah. What you do is the next step is for you to select the top 10 answers that mean something to you. That's put into order of your importance, not my importance. Yeah. So how do you select them? You grab a red pen. So you do this whole action in black pen, and then you write red, and you circle the most important ones, and not every one of them. And you select 10. And the moment you've selected the 10, the next thing is to rewrite those 10. Does that make sense? So you've gone from a big list to 10 by circling them. Then you rewrite those 10. Got it? Everybody good with that? Any question at all? It's super important to get it right. Big list. Sorry, yeah.
Sorry, I've lost it. I'll come back.
No, I'll say it again. Big list with a question of anything. Dump your brain as much as you want, even if it's emotional and it feels really hurtful. So just get it all out. Got it out? This, by the way, is an infinite usable product. You can use EFT on anything as often as you want. It only speeds your brain mechanisms up, and you only get much more aligned. When people say, "Can I work with you?" within seconds, I'll say yes or no. Because I'm doing all this stuff in my brain. You get this? Your brain will learn. It's neuroplasticity. It learns everything. If you teach it to do something, it will follow. So here's the point. You write big list, reduce to 10, reduce by circling 10, rewrite your 10. Now here's the painful part. You have to throw away the larger list. Here's where we were talking about, forgetting things, yourself that you can actually remember it. Do you understand that? So when you throw the big list away, you'll be stuck with things like, I won't remember all these. Oh my God, will I be able to think about it all again? Will I be able to focus on it again? Bottom line is, the stuff that you do need to come back into your life will come back into your life. The stuff you do not, throw it away. You've just been gifted with an emptying of your brain. Got it? So now you've got 10 written things. Is that fair? Everybody with me? 10 things written. Now you select the top 5 of those, and you do exactly the same. You select the 5, and you rewrite the 5, and you throw away the 10. Then you select the top 3, you circle 3 of the 5, and you rewrite those 3, and you throw the 5 away. Now, here you understand why are we throwing it away. So to train your brain, to trust your brain, and your brain to trust and work on command. This is how we expand our 3-minute window. The more you do this, the more chances you've got of increasing your mind power. You get this? Now, here's the question. The 3, if this is about what I'm going to do tomorrow, yeah, and you have the top 3, and you'll probably select them down into tasks. You then select the top 1, 2, and 3. That's you put them in order. And you do not multitask, you do one of those tasks at a time, you do top task. Firstly, when I say, when you follow this methodology, you will get quicker at doing that first task. If you are putting all of your mindset into that one task, it just gets done. And you move straight to number 2, and it gets done. And you move straight to number 3, and it gets done, and then you repeat the whole process. It's tasks. It's not tasks, but it's about getting an answer. Why I am not moving forward in my life? Why am I pushing against people who want to help me? These sort of questions, then you need to get the answer once, and you reduce to 1 point, not to 3. Yeah? If it's about why do I do things as opposed to, you must throw the rest away. Simply action the first task, you will get quicker. It'll be complicated the first time around. And by the way, to listen to this again, you're welcome to listen to me again, or just go onto YouTube, or go onto my Circuit White Wallet channel, my page, website, it's on there. There's a whole 20 minutes, I'll tell you about my story in life, but my suggestion is if you want to watch it all first, then forward it to 10 minutes and you'll get the 7 steps again. And all you do is watch it, or there's a strategy for everything. And then, third time, and you listen to each one of them and press pause and action it. Then do it. Don't action it before you watch it twice or 3 times. There's a reason for this as well. You cannot consciously remember anything more than 3 things at once. It's called the lion syndrome, if you want to read up on that. Then action at number 2 and followed by number 3. Is this clear to you? This will align your conscious and your unconscious mind, and you'll become an emotional, active machine that gets stuff done. You won't become a cold-hearted person. Do you understand this? I want you to become emotional. I want you to be who you truly are without masks. It changes your world. Anyhow, we give a couple of things. You need courage to be different, right? Is this fair? Can I just move on to the last couple of 2 slides? Who may procrastinate? This will be everybody, right? Thank you. Right, now you're starting to think a lot now. We've been through a lovely roller coaster with ourselves. We've understood my own truth. Now we're understanding who we are as human beings, right? I've given you the structure that I promised you. Who would actually like to work with me? Genuinely. You're not an obligation. Yeah? Okay. So you don't want to work with me. You just want to smile and see that I can see what he's doing. The gentleman back there. Did you want to work with me? No, you. I want to put my hand up. I didn't see it. Yes, that's better. He's brighter than light. Okay, so Who procrastinates? Let me give you the solution. Genuinely. Why do we procrastinate? We procrastinate because of lack of clarity, lack of support, lack of creativity sometimes, and lack of discipline. Also, accountability. Doing things on our own. It's a very lonely game. Yeah, I don't work alone. I have a whole group of people. Massive companies, lots and lots of people who all contribute to each other. There's a written a process called the business boardroom, which brings out a community within it. Okay, so I'm not painful by telling you that I have an answer. I'm something to share with you. You can all look at this if you want more details. If you turn that side one, which is basically an intensive course, which is a 3-day intensive course, which turns your business completely around. This one here is what I'm talking about tonight. So the blue section on your leaflets. Has everybody got one? May I?
Thank you.
Yeah. So the blue leaflet is one you look at. The blue leaflet tells you it's a whole 4 hours with me personally. Please focus on the blue leaflet. The other side I can talk about that at the back. So this is what we cover in that particular time. So we have a monthly structured mastermind. This is genuine, real, in person, not just virtual. We turn down, we sit around the table with 8 people in the room, maximum weight. We'll never be more than 8 people in the room. And then we have this regular power calls. This basically means that if you need a pick-me-up, you arrange a phone call, and one of our senior coaches rings you up and gives you a pick-me-up and gets you past your block. Does that make sense? The loneliness of business for 2 weeks. Accountability calls. We don't give you the accountability calls, we ask you to be accountable to each other. Because what I do is I live my life by my actions. If I become responsible for somebody else, I've got more chance of becoming responsible for myself. That's right. Somebody's going to call you. Do you understand? Okay. So, stable, dependable group. Do you know what a dependable group is? Anyway. Yeah? So, what does that mean?
And people that are committed.
People who are committed. Somebody you can depend on. Reliable. People who physically say, I'll call you at 11 o'clock tomorrow, and they do. Got it? And not only that, you become that for other people as well. Because the true element of learning, the last element of learning is to share. Active, supportive business group. Does that make sense? It really, really changes worlds. If you want to work with any, if you want to have reference on this, you can Google it for one. Other one, I think Anne, can you put your hand up the back? She's an active member of my DCM organization, so she's a Diamond Circle member. She's involved with this every single month. And just ask her genuinely, please tell the truth. Don't make it look as though it's all rosy. If it's not changing the world, then tell them. So actually, it's not worth your while. Focused, like-minded peers. This is very important. Peer people. And I am in every single one. Have I been helpful somewhat today?
Yeah.
As it moves forward a little bit. Yeah. By the way, I will work with anybody on that phone call if you make the effort of helping yourself. So I'm not going to chase you. You guys need to contact these guys and tell them I would like to meet with you. Okay. So now I'm going to do this very quickly to you. You can read them all. Tried, tested methods, mentoring. This is real mentoring from me as well. You'll get coaching on there as well. Yeah. Step-by-step actions, cutting edge knowledge, focus. This seems like too much. You're not going to get this. Just try it. Just try it. Every single session, you have knowledge from me. I'll stretch you individually, and I'll make sure you are moving forward for your benefit. Does that make sense? World-class program. It's actually been backed world-class. We've helped globally. The links are on your tables. If you have any action on this, I'm at the back of the room. I can actually take payment today as well. So don't get in your own way for making your own expertise. This is what shows the shiners, the people who are really going to change their life. This is not a joke. Forbes run this program with us. The KPMG program, we do this inside their organizations. British Chamber of Commerce, orderly firms across the globe. We've worked with so many brands I can't even put on there. This is a real product. It's been tried and tested. It's with thousands across the world. It's actually what we classify as it's interactive, but it's very experiential. Has anybody been shifted or moved a little bit with my call today?
Yeah.
In my talk today? Has it moved just a little bit? Even if one's become 1 1/4. Who's up here like, this has just blown my brain up in the 10?
Yes.
Who's going to move themselves? Yeah, thank you. And now what we're going to say is surround yourself with people who also have the same feelings as yourself. I work with everybody on a personal level. I'm not shy to tell you what the cost of this product is. You would have got the information online, so it's there. So, DFT. Team, remember. Remember something very, very important. Stop multitasking, please. That just teaches you some bad news. I won't do this because we don't need to, okay? But I'm just going to give you one line. The CEOs Fortune 500. This is the last thing I'm going to share if I can. Yeah, sure. Fortune 500. I want to understand this. Fortune 500 companies, they run billion-dollar companies. All of them, the top 500 are. Yeah. They were looked at and assessed, and then turned around and were asked how much time did you spend focused on. They spend 90 minutes an 8-hour day. Only an hour and a half. It's running a billion-dollar. But when they assess them, when they watch them, do you know how long they actually really truly actually work themselves? Half. Does that make sense? Only an hour and a half. It's running a billion-dollar. But when they assess them, when they watch them, do you know how long they actually really truly actually work themselves? 28 minutes. Sorry about that. I'll go back. 28 minutes in a day. They were in the zone. 28 minutes. Sorry about that. I'll go back. 28 minutes in a day. They were in the zone. Just 28 minutes. And they're still running a billion-dollar organization. Does this 28 minutes? And they're still running a billion-dollar organization. Does this show the power of DFT, because of that focused mindset, of delivering what you deserve, of DFT, because of that focused mindset, of delivering what you deserve? Does that make sense? And now the question is, it's a deep question, I think. What do you think you could achieve if you expanded your conscious concentration from 3 minutes to, let's say, 30 minutes? So how are you going to do that? Every single day, what I want you to do is to think about concentration even more. Use my philosophy, the 7 steps, change the way. Make it unconscious, conscious, come together. Steve Jobs used to spend 2 hours a day with his door closed, with his Mac, PC, iPad, phone, everything off. He did nothing but pen and paper. May there be a secret? Maybe there is. The secret is discipline, focused time. So I'm just going to pop this out for you so you've got it. Why don't you take a picture? That's where I think you should be. Yeah. So you want to be putting yourself and pushing it to 30 minutes as much as you possibly can. Even if you just spend 13 minutes a day focusing on your real tasks, I guarantee your life will go forward. Just 30 minutes. Just focus and say, I'm not going to do anything else besides what I said I was going to do. And I'm not going to think about the cat going around. I'm not going to think about the song that I'm really not listening to. Does that make sense? I'm not going to try to do something else. You know, if you can imagine just spending 3 minutes with a loved one in that constant consciousness, the child will be full. They don't want your time in more than 3 minutes. Do you understand? The sad thing is that we're being trained to get even more than 3 minutes. Our 3 minutes are dying. We get to say right now, Insta is now 59 seconds. How is it funny that when you're on your Facebook, that the videos after 3 minutes start playing another video? Isn't that interesting? How they already know human habits. How is it that you start watching one video and you're there after 15 videos, half an hour or an hour, then what was I even supposed to be doing? I thought I came here just to post a little post of content, and I ended up watching 15 videos. This is that infinite loop. It's all about the consciousness. And the key here is to have the target before you start. Have the discipline to DFT your tasks before you start the task. You'll say, no, I needed to drink more water. That's what I said I would do. So why am I here looking at cats? I'm going to drink that water and I'm going to get on my day. Do you understand that, team? Yeah. I'll be up for this. Yeah. Who's... I'm a man, right? Who's going to do something? Who's actually going to take the time and actually change their own world? Thank you. I thank you all, because I didn't want one word to say yes. That's beautiful. Okay, I'm done. So we're back to yourself. Just make a conscious commitment. Don't reward yourself for big money. If you get stuck by the team, whoever gets stuck by a task, split it into 3. This is a secret that I've been using all my life. Any task, split it into 3. If you need to again, split it into 3 again. Like that. You get stuck, split the task into 3. Bang. When
you say split, you mean in terms of what you need to do?
Yeah, anything. If you're stuck at the task, split it into 3.
So
you'll be 3 parts.
So for example, I'm learning Spanish, so can you give me an example of how to split it into 3?
Sure. So the first question would be, if you're learning Spanish, maybe is it a sentence?
Understanding that.
Yeah, so is it a sentence? Or is it the alphabet first? Or is it whatever? So I'm getting caught up. I can't get the whole alphabet there. Split it into 3 tasks. So I'll do the first 2 lines, second 2 lines, third 2 lines. So just break the task down. If it's too big, you can't attempt it. You understand? It's easy. It's powerful when you're a coach. If you can show other people to break that down for free. I've got a lot of coaches to do because they need some time for themselves. You can't always have the answer. Fair? Okay, there's time for everything in life because everything has a time. Back to you now. I'm going to switch this off. It's okay. Back to yourself. You'll come back. How's it been, valuable team? Yeah.
Brilliant. Oh, wow. That was mind blowing, wasn't it? Yeah. Now you see why we had to get you down here to share with you guys. There's so much there, and honestly, it's a privilege working with Suki. It's very hard to find people who can push you to level infinity, and not just push you, but once you go to that high level, you pretty much always stay around that level. And it's obviously saw it with you, so thank you very much. Right, I know you guys have burning questions. We're a little over time, but we're going to still honor the people who wrote down some questions. So if you have a question, put your hands up. Good, all right, so fire away.
You say that you can't multitask. I wonder if that's something could be done with people that drive into it, people that don't drive into it, are more likely to come close to having an accident.
Okay, so this is actually a study that's already been done. So I think that's really cool. I'm going to answer every question. Don't answer every question. So the question is this: people who drive and talk about they're more liable to have an accident. That's the question. It's already been checked and done, and the answer is it depends whether they're in a conscious brain, when they're driving consciously, or they're driving in unconsciousness. So you don't think about every single action you do when you're driving, right? So you don't always hang on a second, I'm sat in the seat, that's there, that's in the right place. You don't keep checking. And this is through a deeper psychology, which is called deleting, distorting, and generalizing. Okay, which is called the reticular system that I spoke to about before. So what happens is we delete things in our brain. So when we delete things, we say that's not necessary. So for example, shall I give you an example? Can you feel the paper in your hand? Can you feel the paper in your hand? Now you can, yes. Can you feel that pen in your hand? Now you can. So where was that information about? Can you feel the chair? Yeah. And now, what have you got? Yeah? So where was it a moment ago? This is your brain keeping you sane. So it deletes the information. Does that make sense? So that's the first thing. Generalization or deleting, and then we call it distortion. Distortion is when I try to help you and you take it as you're not trying to help me. So I'm trying to say, here, drink some water, and you're saying, no, I don't like water. Now, the intention behind it is key. That's a distortion. That means I said something, you said something else, you thought something else. Then there's a mix here. It could be the fact that it was intentional to get person up in that vibration, or it was intentional that the person needed to move themselves into, I want to change something. Does that make sense? So the last one is generalization. Have you all got chairs like this at home? Have you got a chair like this at home? No. Have you got exactly the same chair? Yes or no? No. I'm definitely yes. So why is it that you sat in that chair? Have you got a table like this? No, so why is it that you sat at the table like that? Because in your brain you generalize this information. So that generalization was, oh, that looks like a table. Oh, that's four legs and it's there, that's stable and sit back. That's called a generalization. Does that make sense? So it depends. The answer is when I'm driving, when I've moved into generalization and what we call peripheral vision, or whether I'm actually thinking about every single thing, and then you can't talk. Remember? Because if you're consciously thinking about it, you can't do two things at the same time. So that's your answer to your question. So the answer is, it's extraordinary study, that's the answer. So back to you. There's the lady here, lady in the back there. Yeah, let's go to what's the lady? Jackie?
Yeah, it was just to do with this whole multitasking thing. So if you're at work and you work in an open plan office, everyone's talking all at the same time, and they're asking you questions, and you're trying to concentrate on your work, but you can't stop people.
Lots of headache, yeah, lots of headache. Yes.
You can't stop people from talking around you, and it's very loud, it's very noisy, and it's constantly like that all day long, and you've got work to do, etc., etc. How do you manage that?
Wonderful. What a deep question. People around us making a noise, distracting us. The question is, when do you notice it? The question is deep. It's like, when do I notice that people are making a noise around me? It's usually when somebody distracts you by talking to you directly, right? So I'm going to tell you, in all our open plan offices over the years, we've all turned around and people have got something that they like For example, it could be a cuddly toy. If the cuddly toy is sitting up, yeah, that means the door is open to talk to you. If the cuddly toy is facing down, don't talk to me, I'm doing something. Does that make sense? So in my office, if my door's open, knock on the door, come and talk to me, I'm in a greeting mode anyway. If not, when that door's closed, don't knock on the door. Remember I gave you Steve Jobs, yes? When he was in his mode of DFT, everything was closed. The door was closed. Otherwise the door was open.
Yeah, so you're relating that to someone talking to you directly, but what if you are trying to concentrate on a piece of work, you're reading a report, or you're trying to write a report, and you've got all the noise going on in the background, and let's face it, you can't switch your ears off.
No, fair.
So how do you cope with that?
I'll just share with yourself, just to clarify, just to vouch you by science, it is not possible to do it, because that's when we sleep at night, we're still thinking and we're still hearing everything. That's when there's a big bang to wake up. Does that make sense? So I'm just supporting that. So how would I manage this? This is what I tell everybody to do. When you're doing conscious work, this is also a great example. It's like you show it or show it. Who's got in the earphones? Yeah? Who has earphones that go in their ear? So what if you turn around and put them in your ear when you're doing something, and people know don't irritate? When you put them out on the floor, you're open to a conversation, right? But here's the point, what would you play? What would you play? And there is a gentleman called Inoli. Inoli, yeah, you might want to write that down. E-N-A-U-D-I, Inoli. He's a pianist, okay? And he plays music in such a simple way that he actually understands the flow, vibration of the human binary. Does that make sense? So when you play something like Inoli, it will take you through a flow and a crescendo. When you're distracting yourself, it will find, you'll notice the crescendo. And then when it's not, it just falls back in. Does that make sense? So try it for me. Try Inoli, take my number, talk to me. I'm here to help. But if you want to put the earphones in your ear, play something like Inoli. Not too loud, just loud enough to stop them. By the way, when you put the earphones in, do find one second noise cancellation. It's magical. Noise cancellation is nothing more besides press the tone onto your eardrum, by the way, the sound presses a tone onto your eardrum, which slightly compresses it so you can't hear it. And all you can hear is the music coming through. That's all it is, pressure on your eardrum. So headphones, noise cancellation of headphones. Any noise cancellation. Has that helped you then? Check.
Yeah.
It does work that way. Try it. You try it immediately, and something you'll think, oh my god, where's this concentration? It's cool.
We've got Sajan and Michelle and Sajan.
So you talk about this conspiracy and what's in our head. Do you think, someone should to know what the right actions to do, what needs to be done, and if more of us listen to that kind of hero, it's like the inner voice that's inside of us, would be more productive. Most of the time, you know what you need to do to achieve, be successful. But a lot of us
don't do it.
Yeah, because we're not listening to the right points. Is that something?
So the question is my inner voice affecting my performance? Is that what you're saying? Or what's the question?
I mean, would it be more productive if we listen to the right voice all the time, and that becomes the louder voice in your head?
Right. So if we listen to people who aren't trained to sing, usually what happens is they have a conscious effect on that singing. You'll usually find that their voice is not very melodic. Does that make sense? So if you have to train your inner conscious mind, it may turn you crap, like, they want to know, you can't do this. You got it? So let me give you another answer. You always do what your unconscious mind tells you. You always do what your hypnotic auditory tells you. You don't say, it doesn't say, can you go and stand up? And you say, and then it says, would you like? You have a conversation, it says you go stand up and you stand up. You always listen. This is hypnosis, yes. Self-hypnosis, the beta brain, the alpha brain. So the answer to your question directly is, if you're having to train your brain to talk to you sensibly or to talk to you for your benefit, it's always going to affect you. But if you're effective, if you don't have these mind thoughts that batter you all the time, knock you down, then listen all the time. You're going to learn anything. Right? So here's the question. The answer to the question is, follow the DFT process, your brain will start to simplify. Steve Jobs said, simplifying your thoughts is harder than you think. Simplify your thoughts. Does that answer your question? Okay. And sure. Right. Have you set a goal?
Yeah.
What is your goal? You don't have to share it, it's private.
Yeah, I've set goals for some project I'm looking at.
Okay.
We'll have to be more focused.
That's it.
But is that simply what that is?
That's currently focusing where your current focus time is going. You're always thinking about the goal. Now, sometimes I don't think you've got that coming through that you're in this place. But sometimes there's a lot of people in this room who have come up with goals, but they're like, I'm always got a goal, I'm always doing it. Actually, it's because you've got 1 0 missing. Do you understand what I said? If you say I'm going to turn over 100,000, you have movement because you're 1 0 missing. Add another 0, and the goal is bigger, and you do something about it. Sometimes you've got to go, I think I'm going to become the UK's #1 speaker, right? And all of a sudden, I start it and I stop it because I'm not really a top speaker. You're not thinking about it. And then I'd say, actually, you know what? I want to be Europe's #1. I want to make it bigger. And then you become something. And all of a sudden, you start moving forward. Has anybody, martial artists here, right? Okay, so a quick question. If I need to break this board, where would I be focusing? Through it. Who said that? Through it. Through it. Not the surface, right? I need to be 4 inches below it for me to be able to go into a situation of actually taking the board out. Because I need to be through that board. So your goals sometimes you need to expand your goals, make them bigger. So it really pushes you to say, I've got to get this done. And what happens is you've heard, what's called it, shoot for the stars and land on the moon anyway. You got it? So you shot through the moon, you ended up on the moon. That's kind of where you want to go to start with. So just push yourself through that. Does that make sense? So the point is, if your goals will come up, you're probably going to do 1 or 2 things. Either, in your case, kind of apprehensive about the goal, and the only thing that's missing in yours is lack of clarity. So you need to have an exact step by step. And that's kind of stuff that I do in this right here. I'll even do it on the phone call. Okay? So I'll give you the step-by-step process of how you flow and move forward. But in your case, it's like your goal is too small. You get different people, different sizes of different flows. So sometimes we underdo ourselves and we play safe. That's never going to inspire us. And other times we overdo ourselves and we're not going to inspire ourselves to move forward because we're not sure on the exact step. Does that answer your question? Good.
You said about, I think, with your last thought,
you are your last thought.
Are we talking about the morning, after evening, or the whole day?
You are your last thought. So whatever you said a moment ago to yourself, I can, I cannot. That's what becomes.
Is that my full day?
In that second.
Just for that second.
Yeah. Definitely. If you said I can do it, and then 3 seconds later you said I can't, you're going to be that last thought. The last thought was I can't do it. It has been 15 million times affirmation. Yes, I'm this, I'm that, and this, I'm that, and this, and this. And then you're not going to do it because the last thought was I'll start tomorrow. I'm not being rude. I'm being serious. You are your last thought, and it's scientifically backed by neuroplasticity. People who have their left arm go into paralysis after it's more of a stroke, actually. So they lose the use of their left arm. How is it that they start to move their hand again? It's because they're using other parts of their brain to re-pattern, to reconnect the same movement. Literally, what they're doing is they'll think of something and they'll notice, oh, my hand's twitched. What was I thinking of? I was thinking of a screen, and I wasn't thinking of grabbing something, but my hand seemed to twitch. So every time I want to grab something, I should just think of a screen. Do you understand this? And that's simplistic understanding. They need to do that once, twice, 3, 4 times, 100 times to strengthen that flow. And every time they grab something, that they're thinking of grabbing, but the part of the brain that was originally functioning was the screen, and they're now thinking of something. Do you understand this? They're repatterning themselves. If it wasn't true, if you're not your last thought, there would be no such thing as neuroplasticity. You wouldn't change your thoughts ever in your life. You'd be the same person that you were as a child for the other days. You get it? That's the answer to the question. You are your last thought every second. You can be sitting there, yeah, all the way through, and then last one you go, not safe. That's your last thought, that's it, finished. It's all over. So my question is, what am I thinking about? Is it serving me, or is it not serving me? And then what do? You DFT it. What am I thinking of? Big beats, drop it to 10, drop it to 5, drop it to 3. And if you're thinking about, you know what, to go straight for the 3, you will have all the feeling. I work with yourself, you think you want to go straight for the 3. So in that context, you will miss out on all of those processes, and your brain will still think, I'm not sure if this is the right 3. Mm-hmm. Interesting, isn't it? Inside our conscious and unconscious brain, we seem to think something, and we think, if I can go straight to the point, if I do dissociate straight to the point, I'll just pick the right one first. Well, you won't do that. Your brain will say you're missing out on something, so you just won't action the first task. Why repeat something that didn't work? Anyhow, I hope that's helped you. Was there anything else at all?
No, I think that's an amazing note to finish it off on. Please give a big round of applause. Contact details, take a screenshot, write this down, right? Just bring me no reason. It's a privilege for you guys, because trying to connect with thinkers like this, mentors, teachers, and people like this, this is why we create the platform for you guys to connect with them. And if you want to do the boardroom or just connect with Zuki in any way, or even just take off his offer for 30 minutes, which is very, very generous, the team have some forms on the back. Just write your details under their name, number, email, and I'll give it to Zuki by the end of the day so you can follow up with you and arrange all of that. So the forms are at the back there, just see the team. But before we finish up, has everyone got that? Details, yeah? By the way, please, don't email me. Say no, don't email me, because it's one of my top distractions. So I don't do it. So just text me or WhatsApp me through the team. Okay. I won't have a problem with you texting me. You practice is what he preaches. Yeah. So next month, the next session, it's all about how to make a game-changing impact. We have another close friend of mine called Beju Salanki. Yeah, so Beju's is a really energetic guy. You're gonna love. You always love every speaker, I'm sure. But make sure you put it in your diary. This is the next one. Love to see send you guys emails. Tell a friend, because this stuff makes impact all the time. But this is basically how you can do it in your business and your life. But the challenge now is today's topic. How are you going to put that into practice? Right? I want you to consciously put this into practice. You've got a whole month, say it takes 21 days, but try it for a whole month and then come back next month with amazing testimonials of how you have shifted. Do you know that term neuroplasticity? You guys get the privilege to study it. Study it because it's it basically means that, you know, someone says, oh, this is just the way I am. Oh, it's not the way you are. Right? Because neuroplasticity means everybody can change. Everybody can change every little thing about you. You have already changed because you're not the same person you was 5 years ago. Right? And that's what it means, which means you don't need to stay in the same. If there's any area of your life that you're not happy with, you don't like, you have the power to change it. Most people do not realize. Right? So now, what it takes discipline. It takes everything that you said. Discipline. So make sure you spend the rest of this month with everything you wrote down on that sheet of paper into practice. All of a sudden, you start seeing, oh, wow, you have got the time for your family. Wow, you are actually completing things. Wow, you are doing this and this and this. All these goals that you set at the start of the year, you have to start one of them. Right? You can get it all done in literally a month. And it is remarkable what you can do when you actually focus. I wrote my book, let's see, I wrote my first book in 3 weeks. In 3 weeks. Why? Because I accessed the DFT. Honestly, that's what it works. I wrote my book in 3 weeks. I was completely focused. Asked my family, media, everything. Had external motivation, if it works, basically, you'd be surprised in what you can pull out of yourself if you actually just start to practice. So I'm going to give you guys a month, because some of you guys right now say, oh, I'm going to get back to this next week, and then 1 year later, you pick up this again. Yeah, I remember this stuff. I'm going to give you guys a month. And I'm going to see all of you next month. I'm going to start what have you done. Right. So, can I ask them to do one favor? Yes. Can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me? Mm-hmm. Can all of you turn off your notifications on your phone? This app, are you getting to I should back talking. She basically changed the whole world by just listening to that one action. Switch off your notifications. Go into your phone. There's a time for everything in life. Everything has a time. Set the time. Set the start time and an end time. I check WhatsApp 3 times a day, maximum. And how long for? 20 minutes at tops in the top one, or 5 minutes in the other 2. Everything is systemized. It's not interesting. And if you think, oh, that's too systemized for me, it's like it's going to throttle me and I've got a freedom. My question to yourself is, what is freedom? Freedom isn't about being able to do what I want, whenever I want, as often as I want, with whoever I want. That's not freedom. That's jail.
And I mean it physically in jail. That's like a jail inside your head. It's like a cage. You'll be sitting there thinking, I can do whatever I want. I've been there. I was 27 years old, financially free. I spent 3 weeks doing nothing. It was killing me. It was killing me. And when I started to realize that parameters that serve me, parameters that serve me, not just rules, parameters that serve me. Do this at this time. Do this at this time. Does that make sense? So that, I'm just sharing again. Apologies, I've interrupted. But switch off your multiple notifications. Your life's not going to be any different. In fact, it'll be much more productive. You're not going to miss anything new.
Listen, some of the best advice my mum ever gave me, and I'll finish up this time. When a multi-millionaire tells you to do something, just do it. Yeah? So guys, mingle, network. Make sure you see the thing at the back if you want to take up any opportunities, offers, or anything, or work with, and we'll give you your details by the end. Do it today because we're going to give the sheet to me by the end of the day, so we follow up with you as and when it's convenient. And obviously, if you want to just secure any spaces, like I said, you take payment today as well. So there you go, take action, make it happen. Alright, so have you guys enjoyed tonight? Yes.